Hi dear students, a very pleasant good morning to one and all. Today we are going to discuss Chapter 5 of Grade 10, that is Arithmetic Progression. In short, we can write it as AP, Arithmetic Progression. By definition, it states that it's a list of numbers in which each term is obtained by adding a fixed number to the preceding terms. Arithmetic progression is a list of numbers, is a sequence of numbers in which each term is obtained by adding a fixed number to the preceding terms, and the fixed number is called a common difference. Okay, and it's denoted by the letter D. Hope it is clear. Okay, arithmetic progression is a list of numbers in which each term is obtained by adding a fixed number to the preceding term except the first term. Okay, and the first term is denoted by the letter A. We usually denote the first letter of an arithmetic progression by the letter A, and the common difference, the fixed number that we add to each preceding terms to obtain an arithmetic progression, we denote the common difference by D. Okay, so taking an example for the arithmetic progression 2, 4, 6, 8, etc. It's a list of numbers. And to check whether this list of numbers forms an arithmetic progression or not, what we need to get, we should have a common difference. The difference between each successive term should be same, isn't it? So to check that, what we need to do is we have to subtract the first term from the second term, and the second term from the third term from the fourth term. This way we need to subtract, and if we are getting the difference between each successive terms is the same number, if we are getting a fixed number as a common difference, we can say that this list of numbers forms an AP. Okay, so for that what we will do is 4 minus 2. 4 minus 2 from the second term we have to subtract first term. 4 minus 2, that is 2. Now from the third term we have to subtract the second term. 6 minus 4, what is that? From 6 we have to subtract 4, that is again 2. Now 8 minus 6, from the fourth term we have to subtract third term, and that is 8 minus 6 is again 2. So the difference between each successive terms here is same, isn't it? So we can say that this list of numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, etc. forms an arithmetic progression. We can say that this list of numbers forms an arithmetic progression with a common difference. What is the common difference here? The difference between each successive terms, it is 2. Isn't it, students? Now we will look into few more examples. Example 2, when we are taking 14, 21, 28, 35, etc. Now 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, etc. 3, 6, 7, 9, etc. One more example we'll take 10, 20, 30, 40, and so on. Now we will check with these examples whether this list of numbers forms an arithmetic progression or not. For that, what we have to do is 21 minus 14. What is 21 minus 14? When we find the difference, we can see that the difference between 21 and 14, it is 7, isn't it? Now 28 minus 21. 28 minus 21, that is again 7. Now next it is 35 minus 28. Again we got the difference between each successive terms, it is a fixed number. Here that fixed number is 7. So we can say that this list of numbers forms an arithmetic progression with common difference. What's the common difference here? With common difference, here it is 7. Isn't it? Now when we look into the third example, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, so on. We need to check whether this list of numbers forms an AP or not. For that, we will subtract 40 minus 45. From the second term, we have to subtract first term. Okay, so 40 minus 45, that is what? Minus 5. Isn't it, students? Now 35 minus 40. From the third term, we have to subtract second term. So 35 minus 40, it is again minus 5. Okay, now 30 minus 35, again minus 5. 25 minus 30. What is 25 minus 30? Again, that is minus 5. 20 minus 25. Again, it is minus 5. So from the list of numbers, from the given numbers, we could find that the difference between each successive term is a fixed number, which is called a common difference, isn't it? That common difference, here it is minus 5. So we can say that this list of numbers forms an arithmetic progression. This list of numbers forms NAP, isn't it? Here the common difference, with the common difference, here it is what? Minus 5. Hope you got it. Is it clear? Now, when we look into the fourth example here, 3, 6, 7, 9, we have to check whether this list of numbers forms an arithmetic progression or not. For that, we will subtract first term from the second term, that is 6 minus 3. 6 minus 3, that is what? 6 minus 3, it is 3, isn't it? Now, second term from the third term we have to subtract, that is 7 minus 6. 7 minus 6 is what? 7 minus 6 is 1, isn't it? Now, third term from the fourth term we have to subtract, that is 9 minus 7. What is 9 minus 7? That is 2. So look at this example, students. Here we can see that the difference between each successive term is not the same, is it? So here it is 3. The difference between the first two numbers is 3. The difference between next two numbers, it is 1. Then difference between the next two numbers, here it is 2. Each difference between each numbers is varying. It is different numbers we are getting. So we can conclude that this list of numbers does not form NAP. This list of numbers does not form NAP, isn't it? Why? Because we are not getting a common difference. We cannot write any number here as a common difference. The fixed number we are not getting as a common difference between each number. So we can say that 3, 6, 7, 9, etc. does not form NAP. Is it clear? Now here we have one more example, 10, 20, 30, 40, etc. To check whether this list of numbers forms an AP, what we have to do? Just find the difference between each successive terms, isn't it? And if we get the difference between each successive terms is same, if we are getting a fixed number as a common difference, we can say that 10, 20, 30, 40, etc. This list of numbers forms an AP. This list of numbers forms an AP. If we get, we can say. So I think this you can try. Okay, just check whether this list of numbers forms an AP. If you get this list of numbers forms an AP, means you can write a tick here, or if you're not getting a fixed number as a common difference, you can make a cross. Okay, just try yourself, students. Okay, hope you understood. Okay, students. Now please look at your textbook, exercise 5.1 of page number 99. In this first question, in which of the following situations does the list of numbers involved make an arithmetic progression and why? In that first one, the taxi fare after each kilometer, when the fare is rupees 15 for the first kilometer and rupees 8 for each additional kilometer. Okay, the question is given the taxi fare or the journey in a taxi for the first 1 kilometer, it take rupees 15. We will have to pay rupees 15 for the first 1 kilometer of journey, and in addition to that, rupees 8 for each additional kilometers whatever we are traveling. Okay, so what is given for the first 1 kilometer, the taxi fare for 1 kilometer, isn't it? Taxi fare for the first 1 kilometer, that is 1 kilometer, it is what? Rupees 15, isn't it? In addition to that, for each kilometer, how many kilometers we are traveling, for each 1 kilometers we will have to pay rupees 8 in addition to that. So taxi fare for 2 kilometers, taxi fare for 2 kilometers, it will be what? Rupees, it will be 15 plus 8. Okay, it will be 15 plus 8. 15 plus 8, it is rupees 23. Isn't it, students? For the first 1 kilometer, we will have to pay rupees 15. Then after each 1 kilometer, we will have to pay rupees 8 along with the 15. So for the third kilometer, taxi fare for 3 kilometers when we are traveling, how much it will be? Rupees 23 plus 8, isn't it? That is rupees 31. Okay, now when we are traveling 4 kilometers, okay, so it will be taxi fare for 4 kilometers, it will be rupees 31 plus 8 rupees, isn't it? That is rupees 39 and so on, isn't it? For 5 kilometers it will be rupees 39 plus rupees 8 and so on. Okay, now we need to check whether this taxi fare forms a AP or not. For that, we'll just check and write. For the first 1 kilometer, it is rupees 15. For the second kilometer, it is 23. For the third kilometer, 31, 39, and so on. Isn't it? Now, how can we check whether this list of numbers forms an AP or not? We will just subtract the first term from the second term, isn't it? Okay, so for that, from the second term, when we subtract the first term, what we get? 23 minus 15, it is 8, isn't it? Now we will subtract second term from the third term, isn't it, students? From the third term we will subtract the second term, that is 23. What is that? Again 8. 31 minus 23 is 8. Now from the fourth term, when we subtract third term, fourth term, from fourth term when we subtract the third term, 39 minus 31, what is that? Again it is 8. See, here we are getting a fixed number as a common difference, isn't it? The difference between each successive terms, each consecutive terms, it is here it is a fixed number, that is 8. So we can say that this list of numbers forms an AP, forms an arithmetic progression. Is it clear, students? Please take it to your notebook. In the same way, when we look into the next 3 more questions are there: the amount of air present in a cylinder, the cost of digging, the amount of money. All these questions are easy only. I think you can try yourself, isn't it, students? Just try it. Okay. Okay, students. Now let's look into question number 2. Write the first 4 terms of the AP when the first term A and the common difference D are given as follows. Question number 2. In that first one, it is given first term A equal to 10 and the common difference D equal to 10. The question here is form an arithmetic progression. Okay, form an arithmetic progression with first 4 terms. Okay, where the common difference D equal to 10 and first term A equal to 10 are given. So we know that for any arithmetic progression, the general form is what? A plus D, isn't it? First term will be A, and to get the second term we will add the common difference along with the first term. To get the third term along with the second term we will add common difference. So A plus D will be A plus 2D, A plus 2D plus D. To get the fourth term along with the third term we will add 1D. So it will be A plus 2D plus D, that is A plus 3D and so on. So we know this is the general form of any arithmetic progression. So in the similar way, we have to form 4 terms of an arithmetic progression. We have to find the first 4 terms of an arithmetic progression where A, the first term is given 10 and the common difference is given 10. So for that, the AP will be first term. To get the second term along with the first term we have to add the common difference. So 10 plus 10, that is 20. To get the third term along with the second term we have to add the common difference, isn't it? That is 20 plus 10, that is 30. To get the fourth term along with the third term we have to add the common difference, so that 30 plus 10, that is 40 and so on. So these are the first 4 terms of the arithmetic progression. Okay, now let's look into question number 2. Similar way, here it is given A equal to minus 2 and D equals to 0. So we need to form an AP, isn't it? So the AP will be first term. To get the second term, along with the first term, we have to add the common difference. So minus 2 plus 0, that is minus 2. To get the third term, along with the second term, we have to add the common difference. So minus 2 plus 0, again minus 2. Next term will be minus 2 plus 0, that is minus 2, comma, etc. So these are the first four terms of the required AP, isn't it? Now when we look into question number 3, A equal to 4 and D equal to minus 3. Okay, I think that you can try, students. Okay, look at question number 4. Question number 4, it is given A equal to minus 1 and D equal to 1 by 2. Yeah, we have to form an arithmetic progression using the first term A equal to minus 1 and D equal to 1 by 2. So to form an AP, first we will write the first term. To get the second term, first term here is minus 1. To get the second term, what we have to do, along with the first term, we have to add the common difference, isn't it? So it will be minus 1 into 2, that is minus 2 plus 1 by 2. Minus 2 plus 1, what is that? Minus 2 plus 1, it is minus 1 by 2. Isn't it, students? So the second term here, it will be minus 1 by 2. Okay, now to get the third term, along with the second term, we have to add the common difference. So that is, along with the second term, we have to add the common difference. So that is what? Minus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2, that is 0. Okay, so now we got the third term is 0. Now to get the fourth term, what we have to do, along with the third term, we have to add the common difference. That is third term plus common difference. That is what? 0 plus 1 by 2, that is 1 by 2. So here we got 1 by 2. Now we got the first four terms of the AP. Hope you got. And we have question number 5 here. A equal to minus 1.25 and D equal to minus 0.25. We'll just try that. Question number 5. A equal to minus 1.25 and D equal to minus 0.25. Minus 1.25 and D equal to minus 0.25. Okay, fine. To form the AP, what we have to do, first term. To get the second term, along with the first term, we have to add the common difference. That is minus 1.25 plus 0.25. That will be minus 1.50, isn't it? It is minus 1.50. To get the third term, what we have to do, along with the second term, we have to add the common difference. Second term, along with that, we have to add the common difference. Here it is minus 0.25, isn't it? So when we add this, we'll get that is minus 1.75. Okay, to get the fourth term, along with the second term, we have to add the common difference. So here it will be, along with the third term, we are adding the common difference, that is 0.25. So it will be, so minus 2.00, that is minus 2. Okay, here it is minus 0.25, students. So we got the required first four terms of the APR: minus 1.25, minus 1.50, minus 1.75, comma, minus 2. Okay, these are the required first four terms of the AP. Okay, that are the questions there in the question number 2. Just take it to your notebook, students. Okay, students, look at question number 3. For the following APs, write the first term and the common difference. In the question, they have given few lists of AP in which we have to find out the first term and common difference of each given APs. First question in it is 3, 1, minus 1, minus 3, etc. This list of numbers forms an AP. What we have to do here is find the first term and the common difference. We know first term of any AP. First term of any AP will be the first given term, isn't it? So here the first term is 3. Half part of the question is done. Now we have to find what? Common difference, that is denoted by the letter D. To get the common difference, what we have to do? Subtract first term from the second term. Okay, from the second term we have to subtract first term, that is 3. 1 minus 3, that is what? 1 minus 3, that is minus 2. Okay, so we got the first term and common difference of the given AP. Now when we look into the second question, similarly, minus 5, minus 1, 3, 7, etc. Can you try that yourself, students? Just try. Okay, now we will look into question number 3, that is 1 by 3, comma 5 by 3, comma 9 by 3, comma 13 by 3, comma etc. Can you try? Here also we have to find the first term. Easy, isn't it? What is the first term here? The given first term of the AP, that is 1 by 3. And we have to find now common difference. How can we find the common difference? From the second term, always keep in your mind, to get the common difference, we have to subtract first term from the second term. From the second term, we have to subtract first term. Isn't it? So that is 5 minus 1 by 3. 5 minus 1, that is 4 by 3. Hope you got. Now similarly question number 4, hope that you can try. We'll just do now. That is 0.6, comma 1.7, comma 2.8, comma 3.9, comma etc. For the given AP, we have to find the first term and the common difference. What is the first term here? First term is 0.6, isn't it? And the common difference, how to find? From the second term, we have to subtract the first term, 0.6. Okay, so when we subtract 1.7 minus 0.6, that is what? 7 minus 6 is 1.1, isn't it? So that is 1.1. So this is a common difference here, isn't it, students? Okay, that's it. Just take it to your notebook. Okay, students, please look at question number 4. Which of the following are APs? If they form an AP, find the common difference D and write the next 3 terms of the AP. In the question it is given, question number 4, few lists of numbers. In that first question is 2, 4, 8, 16, etc. Okay, we have to check whether this list of numbers forms an AP. If it forms an AP, we have to find the common difference. Then we have to find the next 3 terms of an AP if it is an AP. Okay, so first for that, we to check whether this list of numbers forms an AP, we have to find the difference between each successive terms, isn't it? So for that, when you find the difference, just see that from the second term you have to subtract the first term, that is 4 minus 2. 4 minus 2, what is that? 2, isn't it? Now from the third term you have to subtract the second term, that is 8 minus 4, that is 4. From the fourth term you have to subtract the third term, that is 16 minus 8, so that is what? 8. So when you look into these numbers, you can see that you didn't get a fixed number as the difference between each successive terms, isn't it? Here these numbers are different, 2, 4, 8. We need to call a list of numbers an AP. The difference between each successive terms should be a fixed number, isn't it? Then only we can say that common difference is this and that. So here it is varying, it is different numbers. So we can say that this list of numbers, therefore, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 8, 16, etc. does not form an AP. That's it. Hope it is clear. Now when we look into question number 2, 2, 5 by 2, 3, 7 by 2. Okay, we'll solve it now then. 2, 5 by 2, 3, 7 by 2, etc. Here we have to check whether this list of numbers forms an AP. For that, from the second term, we have to subtract first term, isn't it? So here we will do the cross multiplication, that is 5 minus 4 by 2. 5 minus 4 is 1 by 2. Okay, next, from the third term, we have to subtract the second term, isn't it? So here we will do the cross multiplication. So it is 3 into 2, that is 6 minus 5 by 2. 6 minus 5 is 1 by 2, isn't it, students? Now, from the fourth term, we will subtract the third term, that is 7 by 2 minus 3, isn't it? So here again, doing the cross multiplication, we'll get 7 minus 2 into 3, it is 6, isn't it, by 2. 7 minus 6 is 1 by 2. So when we look into these numbers, the difference between each successive terms, consecutive terms, we are getting a fixed number as the common difference. So we can say that this list of numbers, therefore 2 comma 5 by 2 comma 3 comma 7 by 2 comma etc. forms NAP with the common difference, d equal to 1 by 2, isn't it, students? Hope it is clear. Okay, now in the question they have asked us to find, if it's an AP, find the next 3 more terms. Okay, we have to find the next 3 more terms. So for that, what we have to do is, along with the fourth term to get the fifth term, we have to add the common difference, that is 7 by 2 plus 1 by 2, isn't it? So 7 plus 1, that is 8 by 2, 8 by 2, that is 4, isn't it, students? Now to get the sixth term, what we have to do, along with fifth term, we have to add the common difference, isn't it? So that is doing the cross multiplication. So it will be 8 plus 1 by 2, that is 9 by 2. To get the next term, along with the sixth term, we have to add the common difference, isn't it? Okay, so 9 by 2 plus 1 by 2, that is 9 plus 1, that is 10 by 2, that is what, 5. Okay, therefore the required next 3 terms of the AP are 4 comma 9 by 2 comma 5 are the required terms of the AP. Is it clear? Looking into the next question, just take it in our book, students. Okay, students, now please look at question number 3. That is minus 1.2 comma minus 3.2 comma minus 5.2 comma minus 7.2 comma etc. Here we have to check whether this list of numbers forms an AP, isn't it? So for that, from the second term, as usual, we will subtract first term from the second term, minus 3.2 minus 1.2. So minus minus, it will become minus 3.2, minus minus will become plus 1.2, isn't it? So minus 3.2 plus 1.2, that is what, minus 2.0, that is minus 2. Is it clear? Now from the third term, that is minus 5.2 minus, we will subtract the second term, that is what, 3.2. Is it, students? So here again, minus minus, it will become minus 5.2 plus 3.2, that is what, again we will get the answer as minus 2.0. Okay, now to get the next difference between the next successive terms, that is from the fourth term, we will subtract third term, isn't it? That is minus 7.2 minus minus will become minus 7.2 plus 5.2. That is what, again when we subtract, we will be getting minus 2 as the answer. So we are getting a fixed number. We are getting the common difference between each successive term. Therefore, this list of numbers, minus 1.2 comma minus 3.2 comma minus 5.2 comma minus 7.2 comma etc. forms NAP with common difference with d equal to minus 2. Is it clear? If it forms an AP, here we have one more question along with that. Find the next 3 terms. So how to find the next 3 terms? along with the fourth term, isn't it? To get the next term, what we have to do? Minus 7.2. We will add the common difference. Here the common difference is minus 2. So what is that? Minus 7 plus minus 2, that is minus 9.2, isn't it? To get the next term, along with minus 9.2, we have to add minus 2. That is what? Minus 9 plus 2. That is minus 9 minus 2, that is adding, we will get minus 11.2. To get the next term, along with minus 11.2, we have to add the common difference minus 2. So adding this, we will get minus 11.2 plus minus 2, that is minus 13.2. Okay, so these are the required next terms of the AP. Okay, now question number 4 you can try. Question number 5, that's easy only, we'll just try now. Okay, look at question number 4, students. Question number 5. It is given 3, 3 plus root 2, 3 plus 2 root 2, 3 plus 3 root 2, etc. Isn't it? 3 plus root 2, 3 plus 2 root 2, 3 plus 3 root 2. Okay, fine. Here we have to check whether this list of numbers forms an AP. For that, we will subtract from the second term, first term we will subtract, isn't it? That is 3 plus root 2 minus 3. What is that? 3 plus root 2 minus 3, that is 3 will get cancelled, so we'll get root 2, isn't it? Now from the third term we will subtract the first term, that is 3 plus 2 root 2 minus 3 plus root 2. Here we should be careful, since after this minus sign we have two terms of the 3 plus root 2, so we must put a bracket. Okay, so when we open this bracket it will become 3 plus 2 root 2 minus 3 minus root 2, is it? So 3 and 3 will get cancelled. 2 root 2 minus root 2. What is 2 root 2 minus root 2? That is root 2, isn't it? From 2 root 2, when we subtract 1 root 2, we will get 1 root 2. Okay, now to check the difference between these two numbers, 3 plus 3 root 2 minus of the third term, that is 3 plus 2 root 2. We will open the bracket, so we will get 3 plus 3 root 2 minus 3 minus 2 root 2. Again 3 minus 3 will get cancelled, isn't it? Now 3 root 2 minus 2 root 2. What is 3 root 2 minus 2 root 2? That is again root 2, isn't it, students? So we get here the difference between each successive terms. It is same. It's a fixed number here. It is root 2. Therefore, the given list of numbers 3, 3 plus root 2, 3 plus 2 root 2, 3 plus 3 root 2, etc. forms NAP. Forms NAP with the common difference. What's the common difference here? It is the difference between each terms. It is what? Root 2, isn't it? Okay, now here we have to find the next 3 more terms, isn't it? Can you try that yourself, students? For that, what we have to do? Along with the fourth term, 3 plus 3 root 2, along with that add the common difference. So what it will be? 3 plus 3 root 2 plus root 2, that is 3 root 2 plus root 2, that is 4 root 2, isn't it? To get the next term, what we have to do? Along with this, we have to add one more root 2. So that is 3 plus 4 root 2 plus root 2. What is that? 4 root 2 plus root 2. That is 3 plus 4 root 2 plus root 2. It is 5 root 2. That's it. Can you find the next term? Just add root 2 along with 3 plus 5 root 2. Okay, so that's it. Can you take this to notebook first? Okay, students, please look at question number 6. 0.2, 0.22, 0.222, 0.2222, etc. I think it's an easy question only. You can try it, isn't it? Just find the difference between each successive terms and check whether you're getting a fixed number as a common difference. Okay. Similarly, question number 7, question number 8, all that are easy only, students. The remaining questions, question number 12 we will solve now. It's very easy and very important as well. Okay, see question number 12, that is root 2, root 8, root 18, root 32, etc. The numbers are given in root. Okay, here we have to check the list of numbers forms an AP or not. It's an important question, students. So here what we have to do is, first we will convert these numbers. Root 2 we can write it as root 2 only, but root 8 we can do the prime factorization, and we can say that root 8 2 into 4, 2 into 2, 2 into 1, isn't it? So that is what we can write it as 2 root 2, isn't it? So root 8 we can write it as 2 root 2. Similarly, root 18, when we are looking into root 18, 2 into 9, 3 into 3, 3 into 1. So root 18 we can write it as what? 3 root 2, that is, isn't it? And we have 32 also. So 32, when we are looking into 32, doing the prime factorization, 2 into 16 is 32, 2 into 8, 2 into 4, 2 into 2, 2 into 1, isn't it? So 2, 2, so that is 4 root 2, comma, etc. Up, it's clear for you, isn't it? So these numbers we converted to root 2, 2 root 2, 3 root 2, 4 root 2, etc. Here we need to check whether this list of numbers forms an AP. For that, as usual, from the second term, we will subtract the first term. 2 root 2 minus root 2, that is what? 1 root 2, isn't it? Now from the third term, we will subtract the second term. 3 root 2 minus root 2, that is what? Again root 2. From the fourth term, that is 4 root 2, we will subtract the third term, that is 3 root 2. Again 4 root 2 minus 3 root 2, that is what? 1 root 2, that is root 2. Is it clear, students? Now we found the difference between each successive term. Here is a fixed number. Here the difference is, therefore root 2, comma root 8, comma root 18, comma root 32, etc. forms an AP. Forms an AP with common difference. Here D is what? Root 2. If so, find the next 3 terms. So that you can try yourself, isn't it, students? To get the next term, what you have to do is 4 root 2 plus root 2. What it will be? 5 root 2. To get the next, similarly you can add, and just to try to find the next 3 terms of the AP. Okay. Similarly, can you try for question number 13, 14 and 15? It's easy only. Just try, students. Okay. Next topic we will discuss nth term of an AP. Okay. Just take this to your notebook.